My name is Melissa Reitkopp. This is Lunch Bites, and I have been expanding my Reitkopp recruiting repertoire to include conversations with fascinating people. And I met Kate Roberts at a Wonder Woman dinner, and you might be asking, what is that? Yao Huang from New York, the founder of the Hatchery, started these meals with friends, and it expanded and now includes over 30 cities. And they're gatherings of curated dinners with amazingly interesting and powerful women. At the last gathering that Kate Roberts hosted at her home, I had a chance to talk with her and meet other women and some of her puppet toys. And I'm going to leave that for her to explain in a bit. But I asked Kate if she'd be willing to be a guest on my show because she is really, truly the embodiment of what a Wonder Woman is to me. And, I didn't even have a clue about some of her background and whatnot. And I feel embarrassed and ashamed. But then when I went back and read it, I was like, oh my God, I liked her before I even read this stuff. So that was really cool too. But we're not going to talk about that. Kate has a lot of really great stories, but it's what she does with the stories that really matters. And she's taken her ability to build a constituency around several different issues. So with that, let's talk about your first superpower, your ability to create innovative strategies to meet the gaps that you see that not everybody else sees globally around public health, equity, economic access, and gender initiatives. Can you talk a little bit about how you came into this power?
Sure. Well, first of all, Melissa, thanks so much for having me on the show. It is seriously my honor. It was great to have you at dinner. When it comes to superpowers, perhaps I should just take a little step back and give a little context as to how I got to where I am right now. And I have been working on both aisles of the private sector and now also the nonprofit sector. And, for the past 20, 30 years, I've been really at the center of everything that I do is marketing and ultimately, how do you change people's behavior for a goal? One of my clients was an organization that believed in ending HIV/AIDS by making condom use sexy. And I was the agency to help them to do that in Eastern Europe. That sort of started the idea of social mobilization, of using brands and social awareness and behavior change mechanisms to end a tragic disease like HIV. So that really kickstarted me into this world of changing the world, especially for girls and women, with the engagement of boys and men.
Kate, let me interrupt you there because I think this is fascinating. People don't always think of marketing as a tool you would use when you're looking at the social challenges that we face, like using a condom for family planning or preventing HIV. I mean, these are, someone would say, well, why or how do you make that sexy, right? And so we borrow from the private sector to improve our outcomes in the not-for-profit sector where we have a mission-driven organization. And that makes so much sense.
Yeah.